Ladies and gentlemen, judges, Mr. Chairman, I'd like to just come back on a few of those wonderful points that my esteemed colleagues on the proposition have made there. And I think my favourite one there is trusted brand. A few of us might remember, those of us who were maybe in the UK at the time, that not long ago Newsnight was nearly shut down. Newsnight on the BBC. That's because the BBC, on one of the renowned news programmes, accused Lord McAlpine of paedophilia. Incorrectly. They accused him of a heinous crime incorrectly. Within 24 hours, had to apologise, and the whole programme of the British establishment was nearly shut down. The BBC is not beyond repute. I would like to make a couple of points about the BBC in general. First of all, I want to talk to you a little bit about accessibility. The proposition has said that Britain's very accessible, that we can all get online, that it's instantaneous, that it's great. Well, I'm from Scotland, and if you go much beyond the central belt in Scotland, to say the Highlands or up to Ullapool or the islands, there is not broadband. Let me be clear, there is no broadband.
Point of information.
Please.
There are now satellite companies now working within consumers like yourself that will now give you access to...
I accept that, but it's not universal in the north of Scotland or in the islands. So, your apps might be fine, and they're there, but you can't access them everywhere in the UK. That is of key importance, and that's why it's so important that we don't just have this one best platform, but that we have lots of platforms, as my colleagues have very clearly stated. Let's make a second point. It's a point about instantaneous. How quickly can you get it? Well, as Leanne said, it's only if you see it. But okay, Leanne may have been a little drunk and hungover, and so we could say it was her fault that she couldn't see it. What about if you're driving, or if you're commuting? In Britain, you can't use your phone while you're driving. No, thank you. I've taken one from your team. If you are driving, you need another source of news. You're on your way to work, you're in the car. You probably have the radio on to tell you about the traffic problems. It might be BBC Radio 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The point is, there are lots of other sources, and that just to have a single source of online is unacceptable in the UK. There are people who cannot afford broadband, people who do not have access to broadband, and people who legally cannot use broadband at certain times because of their current activities. And that is why, ladies and gentlemen, I implore you, I beg you to oppose this motion.